one and all, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Tunesday, the day we build music from nothing. And today, we're doing something I haven't done in a long time, keeping it relatively simple, and not quite as simple as lo-fi, I guess, but some could argue even simpler in that we're going to use just one instrument. My goal is to do just solo piano today, and it'll be like, I don't know, just a nice, pretty classical piece is, I guess, what I'm going for. Nothing too over the top. I guess I was sort of inspired recently by listening to some old, like, video game soundtracks, and, video game soundtracks and honestly anime soundtracks, they can sometimes just take a melody that's so simple but so powerful. It sticks with you. So that's my goal, is to get a nice melody like that. That, at least that's what I'm going to use as like a starting goal, is to get a melody like that I really like, and then build some chords around it, and then hopefully create a whole song. So let's get pretty much almost all the production stuff out of the way first. Let's get a nice piano sound. I just use the standard grand piano pack, not the one that's actually built into Ableton, but the pack that is free on Ableton's website. Strongly recommend you check it out. I almost always use mellow production because it's good. I want a nice mellow piano. Apparently it doesn't want to work. That's okay. We'll force it. There we go. Now let's see if we can do a little bit more right out the gate already. First off, we should put on... Is there reverb on this? There is not. That's good. We don't want any because we can add our own. Do they just have like an EQ preset for a piano? Acoustic. Here we go. Piano 1. Boom. Let's go with that. It's good enough to start with, And then I also want to add some reverb. Let's just add it onto the track since we are just doing one track. And I mean, we might do multiple tracks in that. Like, sometimes when I like to do piano songs, I like to piece them together. Rather than play the whole thing out, it just goes faster in terms of composing. So we might end up doing that, but we can just obviously copy and paste the track. Let us add just a nice reverb to it. Let's do Hall Cathedral's my favorite. That might be a little big, actually. Let's try something not so big. Let's try a large hall. Basically, to give you an idea of what I was inspired by, this random song just popped into my head. Some people might recognize it. Not playing it that well, but I literally just figured it out 2 seconds before I started the stream. Yeah, it's a nice one. I like it a lot. Let me make sure that this volume is good, especially in comparison to my voice. Yeah, it's good enough, I think. One last thing I just want to do while I'm writing and figuring it out. You want to see what I'm playing, right? Well, you can sort of see. I can do this to make it a little bit bigger so you can see I'm actually playing the piano. But this mic stand is kind of blocking it, right? So that's why we use this. That's why I use this, I should say. Because now you can see exactly what I'm playing. All right. So, as I was saying, the thing about these melodies, or more about these piano pieces, I should say, I already revealed what I was about to say, but the thing about these piano pieces that like really sticks into my head is the melody that's so memorable. So, rather than being like, let's find some chunky chords, and then build a melody around that. I'm going to do opposite way. Where let's try to write out just like a single hand melody, something I can just go. I prefer happy because that was a little sad. That was obviously in minor. Let's go. Let's do major. Doesn't have to be an A. In fact, I almost always gravitate towards D. Let's just play around and try to get a good melody going in D. All right. So let's see. And I can move this down a little bit more. Cause I don't think I'm gonna play much higher than this. That was more minor still. I'm keep immediately trying to move my left hand and figure out a nice chord to go with it. No. Let's keep it super simple still. We're gravitating towards A again, so I guess I don't have any say in it. We're writing it in A. I weirdly like this beginning because we're not starting right on the tonic. We're not just going. Though actually, now that sounds better. I like that. That's a nice melody right there, I think. What's another chord that has? I mean, the F sharp minor could play on this note as well. So if I wanted to change it, go like. Ooh, that actually sounds pretty good. So we go. And now here is where I almost sort of welcome to like more cliche and more overused chord progressions, because if I try to come up with something too strange and unique, it's probably going to sound not so great. But this already is a little different, right? So it's going 1, 3, right? Or no, wait, hang on. would be 1-3. Oh, hang on a minute. I'm playing this wrong. Wait. Let me keep fiddling. I am almost figuring out a chord progression before the melody, like I said I wasn't going to do, but this is already sounding nice. Like this. I like that already, like that. You are hearing this and everything, right? Because I have headphones on going into my piano. Yeah, it sounds good. I'm actually going to do this real quick. Let's turn down that reverb pinch. There we go. You remember where I was, right? Good. I can hear a chord in my head, but I'm not sure which chord it is there. I should probably more focus on the melody, though. Ooh, I like that. It's like so it is the normal, dominant, but it's a seventh too, which really helps transition back into that. The tonic, that'd be really good. And so the reason I want to sort of figure out separately is because when I write this, I might just write it completely separate. Write the melody first, because that way I can do something like this. You know what I mean? And like really like put it in, or that would be later on when we were like really like here's the full melody. So like when we're introducing at the start, we would play up high or something, go. And then where do we go from there? So, okay, that's our first half of the melody. And then, because then... Ooh. Okay, so the whole melody right now is sounding like it's gonna go like this. I like that. I'm not one to stick to a tempo really, so let's maybe we can try, because I don't know. I think it would improve if I did stick it to a tempo. Bum 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 bum. Okay, that's good. Let's just make our own metronome, you know. The same thing I loved doing. Basically, I just don't like that built-in metronome sound. This one I'm actually going to do different. I normally do a kick every time, but I'm going to play this with my headphones on. Just so I can get the timing really, really good. So when you guys hear it, it might sound off. But that's okay. We fix that later. But in order to get a better sound that I can hear, I think it would be better if I heard a higher like pitch, or like a more piercing pitch rather than a low thump, you know? So we're going to do something like this. I'm trying to think of the other best way to do this is if I should let's add the pedal with the chords. Now I'm wondering if I could maybe play this first part together, right? Let me practice a little bit. Hang on. Wait, hang on. Yeah, that. And this might all be pitch shifted up an octave. That honestly doesn't really matter right now. I'm going to play it down here for the convenience of being closer to my mic rather than playing all the way over here. And you can barely hear me when I'm all the way over there, you know. So I'll just play it in this area, and if we need to just like take it once we're done and just pitch shift it up an octave, we can do that. It'll be no problem. So if you're wondering how I came up with the chord progression to match the accompaniment, or no, the other way, the accompaniment is matching the melody. Basically, the simplest way that was done was, let me do this so you can still see what I'm playing again. I was looking at the notes that are in the melody. So we got, nope, you're not recording on that track, are you? So this is the note that we hang on, right? So you got to find a chord that has this note in it, which luckily is just the tonic in this case. And then you go, this is the note that we hit on a chord change. So what is a chord that has this? Well, our tonic does. So we could technically go, it still all works, you know. Basically, all three of the notes that we hang out on are just the triad of the tonic. But that's a very boring chord movement, right? So you just look at other chords that share that sort of thing. So you go, This is where we're going. Well, what's another chord that shares this that's in the same key? Well, that's where I was like, we could do F minor, and that does work, or F sharp minor this would be. So it would be like, you know, that does work fine. But I chose to go with C sharp minor, the third chord. So it goes. Mainly because we can put the F sharp minor then in the next chord. Because this has an A, and so does the F sharp minor, but not the C sharp minor. And then we end on this B, which luckily our dominant then has, of course. So it sounds nice to go. Trying to think if I want to change the chord progression there. Yeah, because, we're going to go. So on the second time through, we go to that F sharp minor. Because then we change the chord and we go to a D here, because we're ending on a D. And then we could probably even go into the F sharp minor, so we modulate to the relative minor, and then continue on the melody. And we'll write a new part there, and then it will go off into something else, and then we'll find our way back into our main melody, and that's when we'll introduce more fuller chords, basically arpeggiated chords. So we'll be like, oops, like this. I don't know exactly what the chords are going to be, and that's why we're definitely at that point going to be playing both hands separate when we're recording, because to play it fully on the piano is beyond my skill in terms of writing it and then performing it immediately. You know, if I wrote it and then spent a month practicing it over and over and over, I could probably play the whole thing all the way through. But we need to sit down and write a song all in one go. And that would take me all day if I was to actually play it all in one go. So we can just record it in two parts. No one will even know. It all works out, especially if we're recording it right to a tempo. Then we definitely have nothing to worry about. Let me save this real quick. Excuse me. October 23rd. But like I was saying before, I do think I can do at least the simple chord parts together, like this part. And we'll go from there. Whatever. We'll figure it out. You are hearing this all right? Yep. Okay, good. Making sure I'm still on the right recording track and everything. Let's do it, right? This we might have to do in two sections. Hang on, I'm just doing it here real quick. You guys are going to have to put up with the louder click because it's louder for me so I can hear it better. No, it goes... See, I already played that part wrong, too. Bum, 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 bum. Let me, here, if you guys have to hear the click really loud, the least I could do is also, or let's do this. Let's just turn on the click. I'll just turn on my speakers. There we go. That works. It'll still probably mess with you because you're hearing the click later than when I'm actually playing. It's going to sound like I'm playing it way off the tempo, but it's just the delay that there is. Okay, hang on. Actually, I might need it a little louder than that. I'm sorry. A little bit louder. Like almost got it all, actually. There's a few mistakes, but this is the beauty of doing it all in MIDI, right? Is I can do this. Chicken Heart, thank you so much for using that Twitch Prime on me. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, see, we got a couple mistakes in there, but that's okay. That's why it's all done in MIDI. Let's put it there and consolidate it so that way it'll move it all right on the beat for our little sample preview here, and we can go through and change stuff. Let's I'm gonna turn this up. Hang on, this is pretty quiet, right? In the whole grand scheme of it. Yes. So let's put a utility on. Boost that volume. Let's put it on real early. I guess I could put a compressor on. Do people compress piano? I don't think they do. Is there something in here that says piano? Drums. I know there's guitar. Let's check the glue compressor real quick. I don't think people compress piano. Yeah, they don't. So I won't either. Utility will do the job. So let's, the other thing I want to do is, let's say I played this up an octave higher, right? Let's all pretend, make believe. I played the timing pretty good on a lot of these. So I don't want to go in and like, basically you can do this. You can quantize it and look at it. Perfectly moved all the notes in place. But that's almost too perfect. I want a little bit off because it feels like a real person then. I mean, because it was, but also it just gives it a better feeling. So there are still things I want to fix. You know, like for instance, this was early, and this was early. So all three of these were early. But if I grab them all together and move them, they're still not flawlessly on the beat, of course, because some were more early than others, but it'll sound better, I think. And then also, let's do this so I can... These two are very off. I try to grab notes in chunks and then move them together because that way, let me shrink my camera a little bit more so you're not missing anything. So that way you're, like I was saying, still getting that feeling that a real person played it. So this music could easily be the next protagonist theme in a Final Fantasy game. That's our goal here today. Other parts right here is I played these a little loud, didn't I? I made mistakes here, but I almost kind of like it. What did I miss? So I didn't play the B, but the B is played up here in the higher notes, so maybe we don't need that, actually. I sort of like the dominant 7th we got. All of these are late. Can we hear this, please? So let's lower some of these intensity, or the velocity of which I played them. So that way it's a little chiller, you know? Like that one's a little loud. Basically, I guess nothing should top 60. Anything in the 70s needs to go down. I accidentally played it too loud. These are all late, so if I just grab them all and move them over, then just some of them are a little late. These are also way off. Some of them can be right on the note, of course. But it's when you quantize the whole thing that it doesn't feel real anymore. I played the wrong note there. This should be F sharp minor. So F sharp, C sharp, A. That's right. So that was just one wrong note there. I think a couple of these are a little loud, right? Pinch loud. 68. 68 might be a little much. And then I think I just need to fix this part here. Yep. Right there's just where I blew it. And that's okay. We got 90% of it right there. All we just missed is the last chord. I want to do, like... Wait. Oh, whoops. We're off by a little bit. That there. Ooh, we could do like a suspension there. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. Here, let me play the chord as well. I was a little late. But that's, you know what, here. How well did I get the pedal without this? Let's just fake it entirely. This chord sounded nice. Let's, I just more want to hear to make sure that it's all good. Let's try that. The top note of the chord should usually be the loudest. I don't like that. That's better. That's much better. Maybe we could even do the same thing we did before. No. I was going to say this. So this makes the dominant dominant 7th by doing that one instead of this. but it's going to really want to, basically, here's the difference. I can play it out. That chord really wants to then go to there versus it's that one. But we're talking about going to that, modulating, you know. We'll go to a minor chord there. Maybe I could do 2 chords there. What's it? Is this doing the dominant still? Did I leave that on? Just forget. It is. What if we move to the E in this chord? That's not bad right there, actually. Let's keep that for now. Consolidate and now we got to write our modulated part, and then we'll come back to our melody where we're going to keep the same thing of the or whatever, and then that's when we'll add like full chunk chords like this. They'll we'll arpeggiate them too, so it'll be like. I just can't play it at the same time yet because I'm new to this melody. And then we gotta go. But imagine that when we got the chords all figured out, because I can easily then just go, if we're ignoring the right hand, I can just go. And then, you know, that would be way easier to do that. And, you know, a piano player could, of course, play that with the left hand, no problem. We'll make sure it's still all doable. It's just, I'm going to do it with 2 hands and record them separately because that's a huge time saver. You know, I'm going to cheat. And cheating's fun. Cheating's good. And it's easy. Let's see. Let me just see. What else do I need to do? I don't think I need to do anything else. I think we're all set to move on. And this is what, 25 seconds long? Just trying to get a size idea for the whole piece, you know? Because the idea would hopefully be to bring back this melody at least 3 times. So after right here, we're going to bring it out into like a minor section. That's what we're going to modulate to here. And I'll write a new melody right now. It doesn't have to be... In fact, it should be worse than the main melody. It should still be good, catchy, but not as catchy as the main melody. And this part doesn't have to go for that long. This part alone, I mean, it could go for the same length, I guess. So just getting an idea for size. If we did something like that, then we can bring this back again, right there. Then another minor part that goes twice as long. And then the full melody again, and then that's the end of the piece. Maybe the full melody twice with some variation, and that would be the piece right there. You know, everything we need to see right there. That's good. That's like 2 minutes 45 seconds long. That's 3 minutes is my goal shot here. So we'll see what we can do. I should take my left hand out of the equation. I'm always so busy to like add chords to it. But I should just like think melody, and then we'll come up with the chords later, because a lot of times I can create a better song in general because the melody's the part that you really like. And if you're building the melody just off of the chords, sometimes you'll force things, or it's just sort of plain stale. You know what I mean? Okay. I do still want to hear the minor chord, so I get in a minor mood, you know. Fuck it, I'm gonna cheat and just use chords anyways. Let's let's figure it out. This could be an E. Is there any other chord in this key that uses this? C sharp minor. So if we went, we could really fully embrace the minor. We could turn it into a major then. I like that. We're on to something started here. It's not bad. Ooh, I like that. Okay, okay. Ooh, we're like, I could feel like right on the edge of something really good that I like, at least. Okay. Just experimenting with a couple other ideas. That's the first four chords for sure. So we're F minor, F sharp minor. I keep calling it F minor just because I'm ignoring the sharps and the flats a little bit, just because everything I'm playing is inside of the key of A major and F sharp minor. You know, I should do this so you guys can see a little bit more. I don't know what I'm doing. Here. I should help. I should do better. Okay, I like that idea then. And then we go into that, maybe? Maybe? I do like the idea of still keeping it like melody in the right hand with just chords thumping down in the left for this new part too, when we're like, because I think it'll mean a lot more when we're finally like, and then it's like, oh, now we're like using the full piano, and we're like, oops, getting a little experimental there, but all right. Just need to figure out the last like two. I figure out sort of a progression I want. Unless I want to do. Let's see. It'll take a little bit more playing, I think. Sounds much nicer. We could actually do that. So, the first melody goes. And we could keep that for the second melody because both the C sharp minor and the E major, which is the chord I'm trying to do in the second time, both share this note, which is the same note as this one. We could it almost feels like it's moving somewhere different if we don't do that. So we go. Ooh, we could try to branch off there. Then we break the whole like. The melody needs to share a note with the chord, and we do this. here's that second part. Whoops, hang on. Oops, I played it wrong. I played the chord again. It's so instinctual to play it that way, you know? Hang on, let me try it again. That might fit nicely too, because then if we're hanging out on this chord for the last one, it'll fit really well when we want to go. You know, it's going to flow really nicely because we're hitting that dominant. Let me just keep playing it a couple more times and see if we got it. But I think we've almost got this new section here. Ooh, we could do more movement. Let's try that. So here's the best way to do that. Actually, hang on. So I got to remember we're pitch shifting this all up an octave still. So I want to see if I can make a melody fall a little bit more. Hang on. Ooh, yeah, let's do that. So, you know, it falls down, it goes. And rather than jumping back up and going, we go down just to hear. And then that's when we can do the melody again in this lower octave with the chunkier notes, you know. See, that's where I'm going to have to figure out, you know, because we got the... So I need to figure out what other notes I can put in that will sound nice with this. So if I'm going... Look, these notes will sound nice. Yeah, there's a lot of options. So I'm gonna have to slowly follow the melody with the low hand to figure out what are the notes. But then as soon as I know what the notes are going to be, and I can just play them like bum 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 bum, then it'll just sound good mashed together. So let's first get this new section going. We're gonna pretty much follow the tempo again. Still, let's do this. Just gonna practice with the tempo with a metronome. Hang on. I need to figure out the... Okay, well, let's see if I can get it. Whoops, we are recording on the wrong track. Nope, this is gonna take probably a few tries. I'm trying to get the pedal really good too. That's sometimes the toughest thing. A little late, but hang on, I can fix that. No, I could just play it. Let's just play it better. I almost had it. It was actually pretty close. I'm still messing up that chord. Hang on. Okay. Nah, I was a little off timing there. Pretty good. I missed one note, but that's no problem to miss a note. I can easily just put it in. Let's take a look. It's exactly the length I was thinking it would be too. I mean, it's the same number of chords, so it's sort of easy to figure that out. We always have this delay I got to work with, so let's just fix that real quick. That looks pretty good. I shouldn't base it off the first chord. The first chord may have been off. In fact, I should base it off of this chord right in the middle here, right? How's everything else look? Everything else looks pretty good. So let's do that. Drag it out to right there, just so everything will be now right on the beat. Let's take a gander. Oh, and what we got. I was playing that in such a stupid way too. With the piano, I was like hovering my foot above the pedal. I mean, not with the piano, but I guess with the piano. And I would just press it down when I need it, and then I'd lift it up. Whether you should like have your heel on the ground, so that way you can just like do this, because it's way easier than just lifting your foot entirely. But I'm dumb, and I also only had to play it for like 30 seconds. So yeah, see, after this, we're almost a minute in. I don't need this to know whether or not I'm on the beat. I can actually just look. So we can also possibly just put it on the same track. Let me hear how this sounds. Oh, here's something else. Very obvious. We need to pitch it up an octave. Oh, and that reminds me, I forgot to, let's do this. Let's take this whole second half and move it down an octave. Remember I was going to do that? Forgot. That's okay. So we got changes already, I can hear. This one's too loud, and I already know it. These two are off. Well, mainly this one is, actually. Let's just do that one. See, you hear there's no last note there? I skipped it. 62 is a good volume, I think. I hit that one there. Just didn't get the timing that well with that. This one was also too early. Same with that. This part I want it to be more right on the beat. Turn these down a little bit. And then the main melody has a pickup. So I could essentially do this here. I'm gonna do this. Record, stop. I'm gonna go in here, and this is our main melody, right? I'm just copying the melody notes. I'm not copy pasting that because I don't want to copy paste the pedal or the other chords or any of that other stuff. I just want this stuff. Okay, and then I can also move it down an octave. And this will help me for playing along. Can I merge these? The more I can merge it all into one, the better. I mean, some of them will not work. That's why I'll have to have two different tracks, just like the way the notes overlap and the way I was playing the piano or the pedal. It's always the pedal. When I keep saying piano, but the pedal is so important because sometimes I'm hitting these like really small notes too, like this. And these only hang and sound good because of the pedal that I'm doing. This is all a little late. Hang on. Yeah, let's hear from the beginning. So let's see. I'm going to play it out really slowly to try to figure out what notes will sound good with it. And then I was thinking do my best to memorize it, but we may just record them all in chunks. So as soon as I figure out the full arpeggio I want to do with the chord, I might just record it, and then we'll be like, that's good. Move on to the next one. We'll see. But let's see. So we got... Wait, hang on. I need to hear it again. Here's something else I could do, actually. Here's something I didn't really think about. Let's write it like this. Just for writing. I think I'll probably play it out because it'll be better. But for composing purposes, this will help a lot. And then that's what, a D? You know, obviously I need to fix notes. I just copy paste it, but... like that. That first one sounds just fine. You know what? I want to try something real quick. I was like, oh no, I don't want to copy the pedal at all. Let's copy it and see what it sounds like with the pedal and just me putting in the notes manually. Turning the sound off while I select all these notes and delete them so it's not super loud and annoying. So I'm just keeping the melody, but the pedal is also there too. You can't see it, of course. It's down here in the MIDI data. At least I assume it's still there. We'll find out. Let's also make this chiller. What is it? 64, even chiller. See, so the important thing about doing this and why I'm doing it this way is to figure out this part. When the notes are playing together, I want to make sure there's no dissonance going on. And here I can ensure that. So we have a D with an F sharp. It's a major third. So it sounds good, you know? We have parallel motion, or not parallel, I'm sorry, the exact opposite, contrary motion, where the bass is rising, the melody is falling. So they basically just pass each other. And so this is a major third, this is a major third. Well, opposite of that, it's a sixth because it's the other way around, but they're the same notes, just in different orders. And then this is just an octave, which is fine to do in sort of like a passing note sort of sense. Yeah. So that works perfectly, actually, because you hear it drop off because I drop off the pedal on this. Now it's not hanging anymore. So when I do this, Let's customize this a little bit more. And then this is what we got a D here. Don't want to do that. It'd be like a tritone. I don't think that's gonna sound good. And then this is C sharp, G, and C sharp will work. It's a fifth or a fourth. Either way, it works fine for like more of a passing note. And then we got an E, or no, a B, and then another B. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Here's something. So we're going a lot lower when we're jumping down to this C sharp rather than moving up to this one. So we have a lot more space to work with. We don't necessarily have to follow the exact. See, this one jumps, it goes up a fifth and then an octave in just 3 notes. And then we sort of have to slow it down because we're running out of room. We're about to crash into the melody, you see. But here, we have lots of room. So we could go. We can go A here, maybe. Because A and D is what, just a fourth in this way. And then we go to C sharp, which if we go to, that's not gonna work. Technically, it's not gonna work. I'm just experimenting right now. Yeah, see that sounds a little off. So now we can start maybe getting a little freer with the strict restriction we might have had for following the key that we're in and everything like that, and we can sort of break that. Let's see. This one just works fine. I just need to find 3 notes that go good with that. So that are going to be climbing up. So we got. How can I get that? I don't even think I need to play this out. Honestly, this sounds nice. I think I'm going to go in and customize the velocities so those feel more real. But yeah, that actually sounds nice right there. Mute that because otherwise it's going to be really loud when I do that. Paste that there, and then we want to move up to F sharp. We could do that, and hang on, what does this sound like then, too? Changing nothing. Oh, this is off. Now, how do these work? Let's see. What is the notes? D, C sharp, E. And in the bass, we have E, it all works except for the first one. Is there a way I can make that a D? I could. D isn't being played there. Let's see how this sounds. It could still possibly work as an E. Yeah, a lot of that doesn't have to change. This is an A, and then we're going to B here. So maybe we change these notes. Definitely think this should go here then. That sounds nice. That sounds really nice. My only concern right now is that the melody's getting a little lost because this is very loud. So we're going to highlight all of them real quick and just lower their velocity, all of them. It's because some of these, as you can hear, it's like 50, 60, 60, whatever, and these are all a straight, they were straight like 50. So let's lower them. Or let's a different idea actually. Let's raise these back up to 49. Why don't we just increase the volume of the melody? In fact, it's more emotional. We're playing more notes. It's not just the pretty little beginning that we were doing before. We can bump it up. Just a couple are too loud, like that. And this build-up is a little loud. This should be the loudest note in the build-up, you know? These are still maybe a little loud. Let's turn them down. It is better, but I think these just don't need to go down quite as low as I was doing it before. So like that. And then it goes to F sharp this time. So we'll copy the F sharp one we made here and hear how this sounds. How do these notes go together? Let's see. We got an E and a G sharp. That's good. Sounds good. An F sharp and an A. That's perfect. And then an E and a G sharp. Perfect. We don't even need to change these at all. Thought it sounded just fine. And then we go to a D, right? So I'm going to copy the E chord one right here. Whoops. Right there. Just because that's closest to the D right there. It's a D major. Nice melody. Thank you, Anne. Yeah, I'm liking this one a lot. And then actually we just copy paste that again and leave that as E. Now we just need to look at the notes that are, being played at the same time. So what do we got here? We got a D and an A. That's good. It's a fourth. That's good enough. C. So B and a C sharp, especially between 7 and 8. This part. Yeah, that is nice. This part sounds nice too over here. I need to do the same sort of thing with the chords, but you can hear it plunked out right here. This one right here. I love that. Love that part a lot. Okay, hang on. One of those was a little loud. This one. Don't need to be so loud. I want it to like sort of decrescendo here. So 72, 65, maybe not 65. Let's do like 68, 63, and this is the quietest. 58 or whatever. Yeah, that's good. And same with this. So maybe this a pinch quieter. This not so loud. And this one a little quieter too. Yeah. And same with these. These are all a little loud. Oh, hang on. Is the pedal not going to carry that one note? Or did I just... Yeah, it doesn't carry that. Whoops. Now it will. Does that mean it doesn't carry through when it does it over here? Because I'm pretty sure this is just copy and paste. It does, but whatever. So there was one note here I still want to possibly fix. It's this one. It's a B and a C sharp. Actually, it's not that bad. It doesn't bother me right there. You can slip a couple, dissonant notes together in. Let's hear. You can slip a couple of them in and get by, and people won't really notice them. It's best to get them like straight up counterpoint, but not totally required. This is D, and then we're ending on a D here. But could we do something different? If this was C sharp, if we bump this to C sharp and this to F sharp, just curious. I need to hear more of it. Nah, that's a little too much. Yeah, I'm not bothered by it. Let's maybe do some original stuff here. So we go. Oh, so you can hear when I definitely dropped off the pedal. Listen. right there, which is why it doesn't hang anymore. So let's do this the cheating way, just because it's way easier to do it this way than re-record it the correct way. You know what I mean? Let's just cheat a little bit. So here's what we do: we need to drag the notes that are not playing anymore. This one needs to still be going. This one doesn't actually matter. I could have lifted the pedal a little bit, but we want all of these pretty much still going. So whoops. We're just gonna do pedal the lazy way, where these are the notes that are still going through. I mean, they're not being overlapped, so it's not gonna be a problem to have them just do this. See, can't even tell. Except I guess that this note cuts off. That may be a dead giveaway. So we'll just do that. Just to get by. Because honestly, I was going to play out all of these. But I feel like I don't even need to. It sounds good. I like it. C sharp and D. And we have a little suspension there. Wait, what is this one? C sharp. Let's see. It goes to what, this F sharp minor. So where's our F sharp minor? Here we go. Goes up a little high. Whoa, hang on a minute. I copied an extra note there. So we're gonna have to change some of these. We'll have to change the chord around a little bit. Goes up a little too high. B, E. Oh, that's a shame because those go so well together. G, C sharp. Well, that's parallel fifths, which a lot of music teachers will tell you is a music sin. I know that there are no rules in music, and they would shame me for a lot of the things I do, but yeah, we can do that. So what is this? This is a B. We could do the B here, but then if I go that's parallel octaves, which is also like a music sin. B, right? So we could do D, because that's a sixth, which is fine. And then E and C sharp, yeah, that'll work. And then this is an A, which we could do an F sharp. So like that. How's this sound? It still sounds like it's jumping too much, so I might need to change these notes a little. Like that. No, that doesn't sound good. I mean, those work fine together. Maybe I just need to find a better way there. Let's see. Bum, bum, bum. Wait, that's not, there we go. I think we found it. Because basically all the way up until these notes, we're just playing an arpeggio of the F sharp minor, you know, F sharp, C sharp, another F sharp, then an A, and back up to the C sharp. And then now we break off it and put in these extra notes. I think that'll work. Let's do that. And then we go to the C sharp, which is this low one right here. Just copy them for reference. And we're back with the pedal, so I don't think we got to worry about... Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good. This timing could be better. I don't want to quantize it because I still want it to feel a little bit like a real piano, especially since I'm cheating and just dropping these notes in. Here's something, though, I didn't think about. Or, well, I did actually. I did highlight all these and turn them up, right? Yeah, I just need to do individual. Like this. Like, these are a little quiet. Ding, ding. Okay, so how do these notes go together? B, A. So those are not that great, but how do the rest fit together? C sharp octaves, D, G sharp, a tritone. Don't want to do that, so we should change these a lot. So we'll change how this one goes up. No, A, G sharp's not going to work. Maybe if I did... Then C. No, because if I'm trying to keep it all simple, this would have to be a B. But I could maybe get away with one of those. And then this could be C sharp, so that's a fifth, which is better. It's not that bad. I still don't like this. Well, when I play it like that, it's not bad. How could I do better? Let's see. If I started climbing even earlier, this would be D, this would be E, this could be F sharp, which would work. This could be G sharp, which would... It's a fourth, but that's fine. It's a passing tone. And then it would be G sharp to A, which is a... I just went too strange with the melody, you know? Which I'm not willing to compromise and change the melody. That is not changing. Well, actually, I say that, but why do I need to be so strict here? Maybe we could do a teeny variation or something. Hang on. No, because I love that so much. Bum, 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 bum. And I don't hate this so much that I would need to change it. Let me just try one thing real quick. Let's try this idea that I was saying. So now we got an F sharp, A, G sharp, C sharp, and then this ends on a G sharp. B maybe? Okay. Nah, I don't like that. Go back. that's fine. I'm not so bothered by it. And then it goes to D, which we have a D1, right? D. Here we go. Oh, we get a little high again there. Let's... Ooh, but this sounded nice already. A, B, G sharp, that'll work. And then this is a D. Wait, this is B. Okay. Whoa, what if we just change this to a C? Yeah. And let's also fix that timing a little bit. Now, the one thing is that these notes, it's playing like the same note twice, you know? But that's okay. I'm not so bothered. Copy the A, put it right there, bring it down an octave. Yeah, I sort of like how low it's getting there. Man, those chords sound so nice together right here, this part. I could just do this over and over. Oh, no, stop. I might do that in some part of the song, because that part's so nice. I like it. Actually, what if we mix it up right there then? Let's see. It goes to a D. 12 to 13 do sound like part of Lord of the Rings, you think, right? No. I tend to do that where I'll like write a classical piece and then I'll be like, oh fuck, I wrote Lord of the Rings again. I do that all the time. I'm like, man, this melody sounds so nice. I love it. And then I'll watch Lord of the Rings again and I'm like, oh fuck. There it is. Do you ever do that? With any songs or movies or artists or something like that? Where you write something and you forget that's already been written. That's the number one thing. If I ever write something and I forget that it's already been written, it's always like something music from Lord of the Rings. So this could be... Okay, hang on. Let's normally I came down to lower part because we're transitioning normally from actually, you know what we could do? I bet we could do this. Bam. There's our whole piece so far. Maybe you can find it, give you a sec. You might be able to. But I can't listen to it on stream or I'm going to get a copyright strike from like Warner Brothers on my YouTube video. I bet they're sticklers for that sort of stuff. I'm sure they are. Protecting their precious intellectual property, which is understandable. I mean, the Lord of the Rings score is incredible. You should be very protective of that, Warner Brothers. You didn't write it, but you own it. Yeah, so as you can see, we started up high before, and then we use this as like an excuse to go down. Into like more of a normal register. Rather than the really high one we start with. But we don't need to do that again here. Let me move to E. Ooh, that already doesn't sound so bad. B, E, I'll take it. I'm very loose on my counterpoint, you know. So there are very strict rules you sometimes want to follow with counterpoint, or I guess I consider there to be like basic outline rules, and then there's like the strict, no, this no longer counts as counterpoint rules, and I don't fuck the strict rules, you know, because you can so barely write something good with strict rules. I mean, you can, and if you look back to some like really old, Baroque composers, those guys killed it. They nailed counterpoint. You know, look at Bach. He's next level shit with counterpoint, but it all sort of sounds the same sometimes, doesn't it? Not all of it, but I mean, obviously it's like a cream rises to the top sort of thing, and his best pieces are most famously known, but dude wrote hundreds of thousands of pieces, and when you look at the vast majority of them, they're very similar. They all just sort of sound the same because that's what all counterpoint sort of does. So I bend the rules a little bit, and there are exceptions to things that I'm okay with. And fourth on it's sort of a passing note. It's not really a downbeat, so I guess some people would allow that. Whatever, who cares? C sharp to D. There's a second. So that would be automatic no. But this is sort of, dun, dun. It's like a suspension. Suspension down into an octave. So I might even allow that. I'm not so bothered by it. E to A, then another fourth. So you missed what I was talking about. I was just talking about how some people... in school, I was taught very strict rules about counterpoint. You found the Lord of the Rings part, you think? All right, yeah. Feel free to post it. I'm gonna maybe I'll mute my stream or something, just so I can hear it. Could you play the part of your track? Yeah. That was right here, right? This is the part I want to loop pretty much. Then we go to A, right? this one I'll have to be a little more picky about my counterpoint. Because we got A here and B. Can't have that. Maybe we could, hang on. That sort of just sounds like a suspension. An A there. C sharp would work, but I don't want to jump that high that early. F sharp and then an E. No, that's too much. Is it the hymn setting, I think? Not sure though, so never mind. Don't let you distract you. No worries. I'm sure I'll find it again next time I'm listening to or watching Lord of the Rings. I think I have the whole soundtrack too on my computer. I'm not gonna dig for it now. You know what I like doing with the Lord of the Rings soundtrack that I've got is you play games like Age of Empires with some Lord of the Rings soundtrack. And it's just like all this intense horns music as you're like sending soldiers to die, and then the chorus comes in. You know, all that shit. It's good. It fits the mood so well. Maybe, okay, here, rather than do the exact same melody, here's where I want to change some stuff. I want to do this. This is what I really, really, really want to do. Honestly, all this, go away. Actually, I better do this way. Because this will copy-paste the pedal. So I need to figure out how to get there smoothly. Let's see, it goes to a D, then down to an A. So dominant of D, I guess, would be an A. Oh, that already works. But I want to maybe change it a little bit. But it already does work. Not a big fan of those epic sounding stuff though. Yeah, when I'm playing Age of Empires and I got that music going, it honestly gives me a little bit of anxiety. Because sometimes I won't even be at war. I'll just be like, oh, I got to assign my farmers to chop some wood or do some crops. And it's just like, it's just so intense. And I'm just like, cut that fucking wood. Yeah, mine that fucking gold. And I'm just, it just puts me on edge. I'm just like, I could be attacked at any moment. So it fits really well when you're like doing the attacking, but when you're just like playing the game and nothing really exciting's happening, and then the music is still just like so intense, it's very gives me anxiety a little bit, makes me tense. F sharp. Normally we jump back up to the C. I want to try to keep this melody, but in a different sort of way. Here's what I mean. If this was an F sharp. Well, where's an F sharp? Oh, that's all the way down there. Maybe I shouldn't do that. It sounds good, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know? Bum, 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 bum. Let me, it needs a tiny, teeny variety, like 2 notes or something. Yesterday you've been making a new album, a new one. Did you 57 minutes done in 7 hours. Holy cow. That's some productivity right there. All in one project, too. I like this a lot. It's also breaking up our typical, like, okay, here are the 8 chords of the chorus. Okay, here are the 8 chords of the break. Okay, back to the 8 chords of the chorus. Now we're sort of just like, we've fallen into this loop of a really, pretty 2-chord part. Maybe we change chords there. Hang on a minute. Actually, I like that a lot. Hang on. This part. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to use it to sort of jump our way out of this section. Here's how. Consolidate it again so I can see it all in one go. Now, what if we don't change the notes there and we just change this around, right? So we need, let's look for our F sharp. Here we go, right here. F sharp minor, because that's where, that's where we're landing right there. So that might sound nice. We'll just experiment. Ooh, that's a little high up though. Let's do lower. That might be too low, though. Because then, hell, we could just go to an E right there after this chord, and then we just hang on the E for 2 bars, and then we could do the chorus one more time. And if we did that, I mean, feel like I want to do the chorus like 3 times, and we got it. We start with it, we do it in the middle right there, and then if we have this nice longer break, the E would go out to there. We can put in the chorus one more time right there, and then maybe even just repeat the chorus again in a simplified way or something. I don't know. We'll figure out where we're gonna go from there. I hear a lot of potential, It's good. Maybe go back up the octave. Yeah. And then just for the sake of it being easier, I could play it all out, but we're going to do something real simple, so... that. Delete those two. And then I want to do... Actually... No, yeah, let's try this. Never mind. Where's our E? Where's an E? Here we go. Ooh, these don't go together, so I might need to change that. Oh, one of my monitors went out. That's annoying, but that's okay. I feel like since I moved and got this whole new setup, obviously it's easier to unplug and plug in my monitor again. That's a given. Why did it move over there? You're not supposed to do that. It obviously makes that easier, but I feel like it just does it less in general than it used to, I had been planning to buy some books of some follow-up thinkers of Karl Marx, and since I finally bought those books now, I did what I wanted to do for a really long time, making an ambient album that I can listen to while reading. Oh. And I'm really happy with it. Doing it all in 7 hours or so in one project makes it all consistent in style. That's true. That would be like true ambience, is to make it... Oh yeah, I haven't even saved in like a long time. Gotta make sure I do that. That would make it like true ambience, if you can make it all in one track, you could essentially have a drone that goes through all the full hour. Whether or not that's a good thing, to have a drone go the whole hour is maybe a little much, unless it's like something you fade in and out. But you can truly get the consistency that you're talking about by doing it all in one project. But yeah, that's an idea. Or there was a guy that I can't remember. I don't remember who it is, or I just remember it was called like airport music or music for airports. And like a guy, basically what his goal was, not really ambient music, but to create what he believed was like truly background music. Like stuff that would be specifically played in airports, just like in the background, and no one would even really know. Was that Brian? Did he do that? I couldn't remember who did it. I just know I learned about it in school. I need to learn the composers' names. Did he do airport music? Okay. But yeah, it's not exactly ambience in mind, but like truly background music, which is sort of what ambient music can be a lot of times. Um, a lot of film composition stuff is heavily ambient because it's more just about creating a space with sound, rather than a happy little tune you can dance to or whatever, or snap your finger to. Ooh, let's try this maybe. This might sound bad. Actually, wait, maybe not. Hang on. I have a different idea. His concept for that album was like making music where there happens to be enough to keep up the interest, but at the same time is backgroundish enough to not being a distraction when you want to focus on something else. Yeah, so almost exactly what you're talking about a little bit. Just more about like the focusing on something else, like reading a book. Um, guess what? He's been heavily influenced by Eric Satie, of course. As every ambient artist in history was probably, yeah. And every lo-fi artist, too. Whether they know it or not. Satie, he was, I don't know, I guess you could say he was, like, ahead of his time. In a lot of ways. Just trying to figure out how I'm going to get back here. Eric Satie and Alan Watts. Alan Watts, was he the one who did... No. I'm thinking of Alvin Lucier. Never mind. They're completely different. I was thinking of a really interesting... I guess you could call it a piece. It's called I'm Sitting in a Room. Have you ever heard of that one? Slamhaus is the guy who did the Western Buddhist motivational speech stuff. 100% sure you've heard of him speaking sometime. Okay. It sounds really familiar. He sounds really familiar, so I think I have. I'm trying to think if I want to add a little bit of variety in like the bass notes here, actually. E, C sharp. What about sitting in a room again? Didn't quite get what you were saying. Yeah, so there's something that actually you'd probably like. Just you'd like it out of the pure interestingness that it is. But also like at the end it does almost become a strangely ambient style piece. I think his name's Alvin Lucier, and he, I guess you could say, wrote a piece called I'm Sitting in a Room. And what it's basically him doing is he puts a microphone right here and he goes and he reads off a script, just reads it, he doesn't sing or anything like that, and it's like, I'm sitting in a room not unlike the room that you are currently in. And he basically describes the way that he's getting the sound he's getting. I don't remember the exact, it's like a minute long of what he's saying, but basically what he does is he records himself saying it, and then he, at the time, he put it on a phonograph, because that's when he wrote it. I think it was written in like the 30s. Played it from the phonograph while holding a microphone right here in the room. So you hear the sound of it coming out of the phonograph and bouncing off the walls everywhere and then going into the microphone again. And it more just sort of sounds like, the first time he does it, it just sounds like a crummy version of the first time he did it, right? It's just lower quality. It's like as if you were to do that same sort of thing, record something and then hold a mic up and record your recording again. But he does that over and over and over and over and over again to the point where you don't really hear the words that he's saying anymore because it gets more and more and more saturated with this reverb and room sound of everything like that. And to sit and listen to the whole, like, it's like an hour long because he does it. Or no, it's 30 minutes long, actually. He does it 30 times. To sit and listen to it all the way is an interesting way to hear it sort of evolve, but you can even just like skip through. And by the end, it's completely unrecognizable as human speech. But really, really interesting stuff. And he also has he had like a bit of a stutter when he would talk, so it created more interesting rhythms than if someone was just like perfectly reading it flawlessly. So you can, it just it adds a uniqueness to it. I recommend checking that out. Yeah, I'm Sitting in a Room. Alvin Lucier, I believe it was the composer. Just like an interesting, of course, like I said, I think it was like recorded in like the 30s, so well before, because you could sort of do the same sort of effect by layering on like tons and tons of reverb on a track right here. I could sort of get almost a fake version of that, but of course, this was done in the 30s when there was no real such thing as doing anything like that. And I still don't think you would get the exact same sound that he would get, because of course it would sound different depending on whatever room you're doing it in. I actually watched someone do it live. I watched someone perform I'm Sitting in a Room live, and they did it in a concert hall. It was really interesting. And that was a little slow. They didn't do 30 minutes. They went for like 15 minutes. And like it was just because it was a concert hall and not like a small room that he was sitting in that like the growth and the change in the sound happened much quicker than in his piece. So that's why they only did 15 minutes, because by 30 minutes, you'd also get a little tired of it, I think. But it would have just been like, it would almost hit the level of just pure noise at that point. But yeah, Google it. I'm sure it's on Google or YouTube. It's on Google. It's on the Google. I'm changing the notes here, right? These are different? Yes. Yes. Couple little notes there are different. That's good. Found it already? Yeah. Good. Didn't lift off the pedal there. Bit Boopy, welcome. How's it going? I'm trying to think if I want to do something like. Let me try something else real quick. Copy this and paste it there. Sounds pretty good here. You want to hear from the beginning? Here's from the whole beginning so far. Okay, well, this is the part I just dropped in there, and I'm trying to figure out how we're going to link these two together to get back to the chorus for one last chorus. Here was something that came to mind, is when we're in this part. Part between 15 and 16 still your favorite? I am glad you like that. What if we did this? This is something I love that piano players do sometimes. You give it some emotion, and we do stuff like this. Right here, we'll go back to normal. And we just lower, we slow down, you know. Right there. I love that. That tempo right there is pretty good. What is that? 71. You know, a lot of times you shouldn't fuck with the tempo automation that much, but when we're doing one solo instrument, it doesn't matter at all. Not in the slightest bit. Because you can get a messy song if you do this too much. There we go. Good enough, right? Yeah. No one's going to be able to tell 0.01 BPM. Now, do we want this to sort of slow down a little sooner, I wonder? Let me hear that again. Tempo change fits nicely there. Yeah, right? Because you're sort of like, you're stuck in this loop here a little. You know, because it just keeps going back and forth. It just slowly comes apart almost. Consolidate these two. Maybe I should just let the pedal hang out. Yeah, let's do that. So here's what I'm going to do. Undo, 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 undo. Up until this part. Oh, this is when I was fucking with the tempo, wasn't it? Let's do this, actually. If I just delete that and then just do that. Oh, whoa. Never mind, that's not going to work. Yeah, I'm going to start messing with stuff I want to keep. We'll just keep undoing until either this changes. Go back to when it was, there we go. That's what I wanted before I consolidated it. So now when I move it, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Because now the pedal's going to keep going. You hear that? The pedal's going to keep hanging, which is what I want. Move this over right now. Whoops, I might have got the wrong one selected. I gotta make sure these match. 49, 49, yep. Come on, Ableton. almost wanted to keep slowing down there too, actually. But even faster, like this. Let's 82 is our natural tempo. Let's let me just do this over here real quick. Figure out if we want to move it somewhere else more. And let's, what if I did that? 60s with the lowest we can go. Okay, well, let's do 60. We can almost let that hang for as long as we want. I almost wish I could go, well, I wanted to go even slower. So let's do this. Let's make the goal, where's our pencil tool? What was our main tempo again usually? 82, was it? Yeah, 82. Right here, our goal is to, oh God, jump back to normal. $82.5, whatever, it's good enough. Yeah, go away, go away, go away, go away. Okay. So that's the exact moment we snap back to this. We're going to have to do... I don't know where we're going to do it that low, because we could even just bring it back up to the top again. And then I'll maybe like put some variety in there. We can copy it twice. We'll figure that out in a second. Let me manually get this. Be a little sloppy, but I'm just gonna do it by hand because the tempo change is happening as well, so it messes with me. But I guess I only got to get it once, right? Oh yeah, see, we're already close. Yeah, that's already good. I might even need to bring this in sooner. I guess we could even just do this. That's already going to make it speed up faster, you know? It's going to get it here quicker. Oh, that's close. Let's do... Okay. I think that's good. Actually, I don't want to do that. Because we're going to try to do the melody twice in a row here. And And let's maybe try to make it sound different by doing. Here's one thing I can do. I'm gonna invert all of these chords. Actually, it sounds way worse like that. Maybe I should just sort of change the melody or something. Here's something. This shouldn't be the loudest note. This should be. Trying to make it fall. Because I would like to bring it back again. Lower. So maybe I could even do this too. Yeah. Rather than do the bum bum bum. Too loud. Then let's do this. Open this up for a second. I want all of this. Copy that. Shrink this down again. Yeah, to right there. Paste that in right here. Let me do one other thing too. Yep, consolidate all that together. So there's our whole song right there in one whole MIDI track. One thing I also want to do, now that I hear it, excuse me, way too loud. Actually, let's do this. Let's increase this again, and let's lower the volume of like just about everything. So like, I should do this. This should be, I guess, back to normal volume. So let's do this. All of this. lower it just a little bit. Then grab all of this and lower it just a little bit. And then grab all of this and lower it just a little bit. So that way there's a slow crescendo. So, you know, it starts... Because we just got off of this part. Come on, Ableton, stop looping funny. This as well. This should have a slow decrescendo as well. This should be very soft. This in like, let's see, what is this? 34, 39, 45, 50, maybe a little more. Oh no, because 49 is what we've always been doing. So we'll just keep it. Actually, no, it's got to get even quieter. This is the last one that could be 49. Then it goes down to, let's see, 45. Then we'll just do like 5 increments. 40, 35, maybe a little off, 37. This to 32, 28, 23, and then very quiet here. 17. Yeah, see, that sounds really nice. It really floats into this part, which sort of picks up the volume as it goes. And then all of this, you know, we passed the point of like we're loud. Listen to this. So turn all of this down. And now here I want to change this. It's not going to be the exact thing that we were doing. It's going to be more of like a like mix between the two, like see, that's nice, right? And this one we could even mix it up more by doing this. Let's see, we don't need this. Rather than going such low C sharp, let's go to the higher one actually. Why not? Because we don't need all that room to climb up with the arpeggio. We're just doing a chord. 2000Z, hi, how's it going? Welcome. How are you doing today? Yeah, see, that sounds nice, right? An A and then C sharp. It's like a mix of the two things. It's a mix of the chord part and the arpeggio. E, so this would be G sharp, and then B. We don't really need to do that, like to grab them and drag them over, because the pedal's already still going, but just in case. Go. Oops. Oops, no. Missing the delete button. There we go. I feel like we could also slow it down here. So here, you want to hear the whole song so far, 2000C? We could use a little refresher. And there we hit the 3-minute mark. We already got a pretty much almost finished song. Sounds pretty nice. I like this one a lot. Do you play piano? I do. I played a chunk of this and then tracked some of this out in MIDI. Played it on this bad boy. Writing the whole song in one session, so rather than play it all out, it's easier to do it in chunks, you know what I mean? But yeah, I could definitely play this if I took the time to learn it. It helps too, because then I make sure that I don't write something that's unplayable, you know? Not that that's bad, but I would like this to be playable, you know? I do think I'm going to put some change in the melody here, maybe. Just since this is the last one. And we just heard it a second ago. I'm trying to think of an ending too, you know? Oops, we can hear this again. And then just the tonic right there. It's not playing anymore, so I could easily just do. Where's this? Let me just copy paste this real quick. Right there, I guess. Maybe lower that. This could also go a little bit louder. Let's give it some variety here in the velocity so it feels real, even though this part is not real. A nice softer ending. Lower those a little bit. We could just drag this out for a while then, let it hang. Oh, but this would also need to go too, I think. You know, so it feels like that we're holding the pedal. I'm not doing pedal anymore there. But it sounds like I am, and it does the job. And there would be like officially done. Okay, so let's go to here. Here's our whole track right there in one MIDI mass. So this part is fine. Or maybe should I put the variety in the beginning here, or let's put it at the beginning here, because that way when we hear this for the one last final time, we're like, ah, yes, that's how that melody went. Because then this part is going to be like, that's sort of how that melody went. Let's see. So we got, sorry. Let me play it out a little bit. But it's an octave up. I'm just not going to play it an octave up so I can stay a little closer to my microphone in case I need to talk. Just pretend. Let's all play pretend. Oh, how did it go again? It was like So let's see. Let's see. Trying to figure out a way we can keep the same chords, because that would be really good. But we could just mix up the melody a little bit. We could do that. We F sharp, so F sharp, it could end on a C sharp. Are you pitch perfect? Definitely not. I've done a lot of ear training, which helps, but I'm far from pitch perfect. Dude, people born pitch perfect are the luckiest sons of bitches in the world. Trust me, I went to music school, and they have such an unfair advantage ahead of every other musician. Let me tell you, like right out the gate. Not saying that other people can't develop being pitch perfect, but if you aren't born with it, you have to work and bust your ass. Just wondering you're not. Yeah, no, I wish I was. dude, everyone, trust me, everyone that's Pitch Perfect has a huge leg up on every composer. Ooh, hang on. That already sounds nice like that. Or just trying something. I kind of like that more. Yeah, let's keep that. That sounds nice. Definitely don't want to change any of the rhythms. You know, the notes coming right at the end before we hit a long held note. That's sort of like the reference to the original melody and everything like that. This part's fine. That's good. This part I might want to change right here. This like... In fact, here we could even put in some extra notes maybe, because it's the very end. We're moving on to the next part. Well, the next part is still the same part, but played originally the same. I like that note. Just even that little difference. How hard are these? 59. Oh, these are both 59. Let's crescendo. So we'll go 48, 53, 59, 60 something, 63. I wonder if I want to do something in the bass too, because I did this little like suspension, bum bum, G sharp up to an E. What if we follow it exactly? But I need to lower it. Actually, yeah, this all needs to be quieter than this. 43, 55. Okay, lower these all. Would it be G sharp? Yeah. Okay, so the whole ending part is like this then, right now. We're getting near the end of the song. Came together very nicely today. Helps when you're just working with one instrument. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. The ending still, I still might want to work on the ending. Hang on. Unless we do something really simply like this. Like this. Right there, you just slow down. Maybe that's too slow, though. Let me go back in here. I do want, because when I master this and when you listen really, really closely, you'll be able to hear the piano like fade out, and when I finally lift off to the piano, oft. So I do want like that, like a little bit of momentary complete silence before it's officially the end of the piece, Let's listen to this. I'll listen with headphones to make sure the EQ and the reverb aren't too much. But I think we might have a finished song. Let's take a listen. Yeah, it sounded really good with the pedal during this part. I think it's nice. That's really good. It's sort of exactly what I wanted to accomplish, like a happy, pretty little piano piece. You know, I said at the beginning of the stream, a big inspiration for this was this. Hang on a second. Was this song? You guys might recognize this. There we go. I learned it like a minute before going live. Now, it's not, I'm playing it in the same key that I just wrote this song in, so if it sounds sort of familiar, that's probably why. I don't actually know what key that's originally in, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, that was, I guess, the inspiration behind today, and I think we accomplished it with this track for sure. So I'm going to master it, put it up online, and it will be available to download for your listening pleasure in maybe like 20-ish minutes or so. Maybe a little longer if I'm going to eat something. I don't know. We'll figure it out, but it'll at least be up there 100% by tomorrow. So I guess that's about it. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out and watching. Next stream, I don't think is going to be Thursday for Mario Maker. That was my plan, but I think it's, once again, I'm going to have to work late. But I, like most people, am mega excited to rock some Red Dead Redemption soon, which comes out on Friday, and we are going to stream that. So, or at least some of it. I want to stream something with it, you know. So expect to see that on Friday. In fact, if streaming goes well and I'm enjoying it a lot and everything like that, I might do it the entire day Friday. We'll see. But that, I guess, will be the next time you'll probably see me, and otherwise, stay tuned for more Tunesdays, and I wish you good luck with your future musical endeavors. So I'll play this one last time as a little outro, but otherwise I'll see you guys all later. Bye-bye.